Well, here's a follow-up. I took the bolts out and removed that big old rear spring. And I've kind of got half the new lifted spring in. I still gotta raise the vehicle enough to get this to meet that. So I gotta drop the rear diff enough for this to get to that mount. And I've gotta drop brake lines, e-brake line, and the other leaf spring and the other shock. And I should be able to get the differential down enough to connect this spring, and I'll do the same with the other spring. So that's where I'm at so far. Got the new spring just kind of hanging there and attached on one end, and more to follow. Well, I'm getting close to dropping this spring on the other side. Still taking off these bolts. I got out that bolt of the spring. I took off the shock mount bolt. And I took off the front bolt and nut for the leaf spring. Now once I take these bolts off, tap the U-bolts off. I've already disconnected the brake line, at least enough for it to go down. It appears like I have enough space. Well, alright. Looking like it's getting close to coming out with this leaf spring and then putting the other leaf spring in, and there we go. And I'll start to get a beginning to the end. Alright, more to follow. Alright, well here's the latest greatest. I'm going to also let you know a mistake I made, and I will let you know what the mistake was so you don't make it. Alright, well these springs here, okay, I got them on temporarily. They're in the mounts, and I mounted the U-bolts, but as you can see, these springs are 4 inches too short. So I have the long bed, and what I learned from trial and error is if you have the long bed, you need the 56-inch lifted springs, 56-inch long. I have the 52s, but I was able to make them fit temporarily till my 56s come in. So if you have a long bed, make sure you order the 56-inch rear leaf springs. It only matters in the rear. The front's the same for the 10 and the 20 and 30 with the long or short bed. But if you have the short bed, those springs I have are the correct ones. The 80/28s. Those are the correct ones. 80/26s are the 56-inch springs, and that's supposed to be with the long bed. I mean, like I said, I got them on temporarily, so they'll be on for, I'll keep them on until I get my 56-inch springs. But just to let you know, if you have a long bed, make sure you get the 56-inch rear leaf springs with your lift kit, not the 52-inch. 52 inches for the short bed. I'm sure everybody knows that except me. This is my first Chevy I done a lift kit on, and I kind of learned school of hard knocks, because the eBay auction just said, okay, 52-inch springs, but it didn't tell me long bed or short bed. So this video is going to educate you so you don't go through what I went through. But, you know, as you can see, the lift kit looks good. It's installed. Still some things I have to do. Shocks, sway bar lowering brackets, extended brake lines and stuff like that. But, I mean, they still look good, even though they're the wrong springs. Here's the springs I removed. You know, front and rear leaf springs. So, well, hopefully you guys have better luck than I do when you order leaf springs. Just make sure you order the 56-inch rear leaf springs for the K20 that's a long bed. And the short bed, 52-inch rear leaf springs. Alright, well that's all I got. And more to follow. Well, even if I got the wrong lift rear leaf springs that are wrong, it still looks pretty good. I just kind of temporarily hooked everything up, you know, even though it's the wrong rear leaf springs. I mean, I hooked up the U-bolts and the connectors, and I mean, they're 4 inches off, which both mounts fit. The only difference was when I put the U-bolts on, it was a little bit off from the alignment point, but the U-bolts will hold it temporarily until I get everything done. See where the bottom of the leaf spring doesn't line up with the bottom of the diff mounting point? Yep, I should have had 36-inch springs instead, or 56-inch springs instead of 52. Well, hindsight's 20/20, but at least I got it to where I could take it off the jacks for now, and everything's on, and I can move the truck if I need to, move it or back it in or whatever. So, I mean, it actually looks pretty good. These are not the wheels and tires that are gonna go with it. This is just temporary. These are the original wheels and tires that came with this truck when I bought it. But I mean, hey, it looks pretty darn good for having factory wheels on. There's a lot of clearance for bigger wheels and tires. It looks pretty neat. It's a lot better than those cheesy body lifts, you know. This looks really good. The leaf spring lift is the way you need to do it. Body lifts just don't do it justice. It just shows the undersides of the frame, and it just lifts your body up. It doesn't lift your, you know, your whole frame and chassis up. It just lifts the body off the frame, which doesn't look very good. Well, here it is, and well, when I get the right leaf springs and some more parts, I will make another part to this video. Have a great day and mad boosting.